Are you recording? I have notes because it's been a very long last couple of weeks. Let's just start with the intro. Welcome back to A Student of Beauty. My name is Gabby Pasqua and thank you so much for tuning in. Today's episode is powered by Julmer and we are currently filming at the beautiful Flower Island Resort. And so we wouldn't be here in this beautiful setting without Julmer. And so thank you so much to our friends. I am stacked right now. If you didn't know, Julmer is the pioneer when it comes to the golden South Sea pearl that can only be found here in the Philippines. And the pearl, also, if you didn't know, it's the national treasure and the representation of the Philippines. Also, P.S. Julmer made the last Miss Universe crown and it was worn on a global stage. So it is an absolute honor and treat to be here with them and to have this experience. And so we're picking this podcast back up and I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. All right, so let's jump in. First, I want to say I am a student of beauty. I am not a yoga instructor, a guru, a coach, or a wellness leader. I am just like you. I'm seeking a sense of refuge because sometimes the demands of life and business and everything just seems too much. So wellness to me is an absolute lifeline. It's not a trend, it's not a fad, and I don't seek wellness for the trend of it all and what everybody else is doing. I do this because I absolutely need it, mind, body, and spirit, and I think that the seeking of wellness is the reason why we've had all these really beautiful opportunities. And with that, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching because I never thought that I'd be doing a podcast. Going through my notes. So we're shifting things up a bit. A Student of Beauty really is a travelogue about beauty, culture, ritual, and basically what we're finding on the road as we slow it down and pay a little bit of more attention into the cultures and the people and places and the things that we're finding along the way. These are my personal notes and sometimes antics on holistic beauty and a true BTS of what it's like living life on the road. So since we're in the Philippines, this podcast is going to be scratching the surface to a bigger conversation, but today I just wanted to talk about my take on beauty and wellness in the Philippines because I'm getting a lot of texts and calls and asks and catch-ups from some of my girlfriends, so I thought to share it with you. So here we are. So I have notes from my stormy balcony because we had been stormed in and I couldn't do anything but write and literally on the hotel papers, but that's okay. So what beauty feels like here, we're gonna break it down. Let's talk culture. So one thing that I noticed that's different, and this is specifically speaking to my fellow Filipinas living in the diaspora. And so for those who haven't been here, one beautiful thing that I found about everybody here and the culture that is just celebrated here is that one, everyone is put together. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. Everybody is just very well poised. Like, there's a poise to the way that everybody carries themselves. And it almost feels like beauty isn't a chore. It's just really a part of the lifestyle. Everybody does put an effort in to take care of themselves. Whereas, you know, I think culturally it's more encouraged to be, I feel like when I'm here, I understand my grandmother and my mother a lot more growing up. When my grandmother would, you know, look at me and like tap my back and tell me that I was like Cuba and that I need to like sit up straight. Or when I was in the car and my mom would notice that like my shoulders were slouching over and she would tell me to like stand up straight. And there's such a beautiful poise in the women that I've seen here, and it's really inspiring because it makes me want to sit up straight and it makes me want to be a little bit more feminine and girly. And it's something that I feel like, you know, it might have felt strict growing up with my Filipino grandmother and my mom, but being here, I just feel like one of the girls. Okay, so that's like my superficial take. When it comes to people, I would have to say generally the people's take and what I'm having conversations about here, generally the pop culture of beauty, I'm reading my notes, is influenced by so many different areas, and it really is kind of a creative space for you and what you'd like and what inspires you, from Asia to Europe to even like some Middle Eastern trends. I definitely can see an influx of such a multicultural influence that is really creating something very unique here in the Philippines. And there's a conversation that I'd love to start, is that I feel like the Philippines, when it comes to beauty culture, just really needs to embrace everything that's happening right now and just stop looking outwards and really just celebrate inwards, because what's happening on the ground here in the Philippines and in Metro Manila, with all of the different brands coming in now, with all of the different stores that you can purchase from, and even in like the provinces, and even in some of the malls and like the beauty shops and the wellness shops, and from the Watsons to the SM mall, and to Look, and even to like drugstore, it's a really cool place to shop accessibility. You have everything from high end to, you know, to even more accessible, like from eyebrow pencils to skincare, everything top to bottom. Everybody can buy into beauty, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things. The other thing that I want to say is that I feel like there's so much fun that's being had here. Like, the personality of the Philippines really is so warm and inviting, and it's very much so reflected in the beauty landscape as well. As much conversation as there has been, and there still is, that discourse about skin lightening and, dark skin versus light skin, and finding your shade range and everything. I feel like there's a really beautiful renaissance happening right now when it comes to beauty culture, and there's a celebration of everything that is, and in the ranges and in the shades and in accessibility. It really is this time in the Philippines that there is a full warmth and an embrace of its people and its own culture, our historical culture, and also the people who are living contemporarily in the cities and towns and provinces and villages today. So that's what I would say on that. I'm going fast. And the last thing, when it comes to products, I have to say that it's a melting pot. It is one of my favorite places to shop beauty, because you can actually build an entire kit, top to bottom, brushes, skincare, makeup, everything, for a full range of like skin tones and skin types. I also would like the clarity, if somebody can clarify this. In the same way Korean beauty has K beauty, does Filipino beauty or Philippine beauty, is it F beauty or P beauty? I don't know how to refer to it. So some people write F, I'm like F beauty, or is it P beauty? So we just need to decide how to refer to that. So that's just my only ask. Somebody can tell me how to. Is it F or P? I don't know. Or we're gonna find out soon enough. But in terms of products, I think the coolest thing about Filipino beauty culture and products is that there is no sense of like organic or needing to label. Everything almost, I feel like, is very like organic or homegrown here. A lot of the ingredients, everything that's found and sourced here on the islands, very clean, very high quality, very unique to the Philippines, from VCO, which is virgin coconut oil, to the historic papaya soaps and all of the natural goods and products. I think something that I feel like might be kind of controversial, but maybe not, open to discussion, but all of the lightening soaps that historically has been kind of like looked down upon because it's for lightening and brightening and erasing the melanin in your skin tone, actually some of the ingredients are really good for anti-aging. So it's interesting, because as I have some girlfriends who are going through postpartum, as I have my mother who's asking me for products to bring back from Asia to like help lighten her sunspots, I find myself going for the kojic acid, going for the papaya soaps, going for the azelaic acid, and all of the kind of chemicals in the brightening soaps that typically would be utilized or seen as skin bleaching, but really now it's for I'm looking at it as like for anti-aging and for skin tone evening, not necessarily bleaching. And so I think that there is such an abundance for that, where in the West, I think people are hungry for it just to kind of even out skin complexion and to help with sun damage. I feel like it's everywhere here, and in abundance. And so I really want to kind of talk a little bit more about that too, and we can get into it. But this is the tip of the iceberg. Those are my hot takes here in the Philippines, and I can expand on it more, but everybody's waiting to have dinner. So I just wanted to check back in and step back into a student of beauty, because there is so much to talk about. So with that said, we'll say thank you. I'm so honored to be wearing Jolmer and to be here at the beautiful Flower Island Resort. We have this island to ourselves. Maybe we'll post another podcast. Maybe we'll post another podcast from tomorrow morning. Till then, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys soon. One take. We did it.
Yep.
Happy?
Yep.
Yay!